Our second exercise for decreasing the deficit is back to our Olympic lifting variations. It's going to be an overloaded pull, right? We're thinking we're stronger on the pulls versus the actual full power clean. And that's a really important thing to consider about, because that's the kind of thing that we're trying to leverage. With everything that we're doing here is trying to leverage where we can actually overload and where we could be successful with. And what are we trying to get? We're trying to decrease the deficit, increase concentric demand. So if I can put more weight on that concentric demand, then I'm going to have a better output. And it might actually translate to that same thing we're working with complexes with increasing the deficit, that potentiating effect. That I'm pulling a heavier weight, your body anticipates a heavier weight, so we recruit higher threshold motor units, that Henneman size principle again. And then when I go into that lighter weight, I pull harder, and now I can be more powerful. I can be more explosive. I'm thinking that is going to translate more to creating and breaking inertia. So that will be what it will be. Now, logistically, this works better with partners. I'm going to do it by myself. But the other part you're thinking about too is I always like to say to all of my athletes, I want fast reps, slow sets. And what I mean by that is great focus on every individual rep. So when we're doing something like a pull plus a clean or pull plus a power clean, okay, I want fast reps, slow sets. Set up every time. Get a good stance. Don't rush it. Don't get happy feet. Don't roll the bar, right? These are all nervous tics that we're trying to create momentum. The athlete that rolls the bar out and back, they're trying to create motion. They're trying to create momentum. We don't want that. We want to come from as static position as possible. And that's key here. You know, fight these nervous tics that these athletes are going to have as they start to trying to do. And you see them really get fidgety. You're challenging them at that range. You're challenging them in that situation. You put constraints on the environment and you're seeing how they react. You're seeing their bad habits come out. Just like we talked about with increasing the deficit and finding some sort of compensatory strategy to overcome, now we're finding ways to fight. Hey, are you comfortable from that static position coming out of a three-point stance or a static position and driving out? So as we look through there's all these coachable, teachable moments. Don't roll the bar. Let's get set. When we pull, I want to reset every time. I want fast reps, slow sets. So what it will look like? Good weight in the bar. We do want a super maximal weight when we're thinking about our pulls for whatever that rep max is, right? So if I'm going to do 3 reps and I'm going to do maybe a weight that I can normally hit only for 2, okay, I want to do a weight that I can do for 2, but I'm going to do 3 pulls. And then I'll parlay that into the weight that I would normally be able to hit for 2 on the actual power clean, right? So a 3 plus 1, a 3 plus 2, a 2 plus 2, whatever have you. But you're thinking overload that pull, relatively speaking, to that power clean. That's where we're going to get the increased concentric demand. So when we set up here, for this instance, I'm going to do a 2 plus 1. So I'm going to do 2 pulls, reset, take the 10 kilos off that I've added on in terms of that overload, 5 kilos on each side, and then right into my power clean. You can go a variety of different ways. We can increase the volume. One of the things that we'll talk about with strongman is complexes with the barbell. The key being is now I've just done a way to make that a little bit more challenging than concentric. I want to maintain quality. It can go bad quickly, so we want to stay before that. We want to get the effect and move on. That's it. So if it's 2 plus 1, 2 plus 2, doesn't have to be more complicated than that. As long as we're overloading the concentric, we're going to get that desired effect of decreasing the deficit.